Welcome to our comprehensive session on the Lucas test, a vital topic in G Advanced Chemistry for Class 11, specifically within the Alcohols chapter. Today, we'll embark on a 4-level learning journey, starting from the basics, moving to intermediate concepts, delving into advanced mechanistic details, and finally exploring competitive depth. Get ready to master the Lucas test. Let's begin with the easy level. Here, we'll cover the fundamental concepts of the Lucas test, its components, and how it helps us quickly classify different types of alcohols. The Lucas reagent is a simple yet powerful tool, a mixture of concentrated hydrochloric acid and anhydrous zinc chloride. Its main purpose is to distinguish between primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols. The reaction involves replacing the alcohol's hydroxyl group with a chlorine atom, forming an alkyl chloride. Since alkyl chlorides are insoluble in the aqueous reagent, they cause the solution to become cloudy or turbid. The speed at which this turbidity appears is our key indicator. The observations are distinct. Tertiary alcohols react immediately, showing instant cloudiness due to their highly stable carbocations. Secondary alcohols react slower, with turbidity appearing within 5 to 10 minutes. Primary alcohols, however, show no reaction at room temperature within a reasonable time frame. This difference in reactivity means the order is tertiary, then secondary, then primary alcohols. Remember, immediate cloudiness for 3 degrees, a few minutes for 2 degrees, and no cloudiness for 1 degree alcohols. Now, let's test your understanding with a few practice questions based on the easy level content. Take a moment to read each question and consider your answer. These questions will help solidify your grasp of the basic principles of the Lucas test. Moving on to the medium level. Here, we'll deepen our understanding by exploring the underlying mechanisms, the specific role of each reagent, and some practical limitations of the Lucas test. The Lucas reagent, a mix of concentrated HCl and anhydrous ZnCl2, has specific roles for each component. HCl provides the chloride nucleophile and protons. Anhydrous ZnCl2, a Lewis acid, is crucial. It coordinates with the alcohol's oxygen, making the O group a much better leaving group, facilitating the formation of a carbocation. This carbocation formation is the core of the reaction, and its stability directly dictates the reaction rate. The reaction speed is directly tied to carbocation stability. Tertiary alcohols form highly stable carbocations, leading to immediate turbidity. Secondary alcohols form less stable carbocations, resulting in turbidity after 5 to 10 minutes. Primary alcohols form very unstable carbocations, so they don't react at room temperature. This kinetic difference is what allows us to differentiate them. Remember, the insolubility of the alkyl chloride formed is what causes the visible turbidity. Despite its utility, the Lucas test has limitations. It works best for alcohols soluble in the reagent, typically those with fewer than 6 carbon atoms. Larger alcohols may not dissolve, making observations unreliable. Also, highly branched or substituted alcohols might show unexpected results. It's a qualitative test, effective for quick differentiation in many lab settings. Time for some medium-level practice questions. These questions require a slightly deeper understanding of the Lucas test mechanism and its nuances. Think about the roles of the reagents and the factors influencing reaction rates. Pause the video, try to answer them, and then review your understanding. Welcome to the hard level. In this section, we'll conduct an in-depth analysis of the Lucas test, delving into its detailed reaction mechanism, the precise function of zinc chloride, and connecting it to broader chemical theories. The Lucas test primarily follows an SN1 mechanism for tertiary and secondary alcohols. First, the alcohol is protonated by HCl, or more effectively, the oxygen atom coordinates with the Lewis acid, ZnCl2. This makes the hydroxyl group an excellent leaving group. Next, a water molecule or ZnCl2O leaves, forming a carbocation. This carbocation formation is a slow, rate-determining step. Finally, a chloride ion rapidly attacks the carbocation to form the alkyl chloride. Critically, carbocation rearrangements can occur, especially for secondary alcohols, leading to more stable carbocations and potentially rearranged products. Anhydrous zinc chloride plays a vital catalytic role. As a Lewis acid, it accepts an electron pair from the alcohol's oxygen, weakening the carbon-oxygen bond. This effectively converts the poor hydroxyl-leaving group into a much better one, facilitating carbocation formation. Without ZnCl2, the reaction would be significantly slower, particularly for secondary alcohols. The observed turbidity is due to the formation of alkyl halides, which are insoluble in the aqueous Lucas reagent, causing them to precipitate out and create cloudiness. Comparing the Lucas test with others, like the Victor-Meyer test, reveals its simplicity versus the multi-step color changes of Victor-Meyer. Oxidation tests differentiate tertiary alcohols from primary and secondary, but Lucas provides a finer distinction based on reaction rates. The Lucas test's kinetic differentiation, based on carbocation stability, is its strength. However, factors like alcohol solubility and potential steric hindrance can introduce limitations or anomalous results, particularly for larger or highly branched alcohols. Now, let's tackle some hard-level practice questions. These will challenge you to apply your knowledge of mechanisms, rearrangements, and theoretical connections. Remember to consider all the details we've discussed, including the role of ZnCl2 and potential product variations. Take your time to formulate comprehensive answers. Alright, it's time for the hardest level. Here, we'll explore the Lucas test with competitive depth, examining advanced mechanistic details, kinetic versus thermodynamic considerations, and even industrial implications. Prepare for a truly insightful journey. At this level, we refine our understanding of the mechanism. Tertiary and secondary alcohols primarily undergo SN1, where the rate-determining step is carbocation formation. For secondary alcohols, the SN1 pathway is kinetically slower than for tertiary, explaining the delayed turbidity. Crucially, carbocation rearrangements, like 1,2-hydride or alkyl shifts, are significant. If a more stable carbocation can form, it will, leading to rearranged products, a common trap in competitive exams. Primary alcohols, due to unstable carbocations, typically don't react via SN1 at room temperature. SN2 is also disfavored under these conditions. The Lucas test is under kinetic control, meaning the observed rate is dictated by the lowest activation energy pathway, which is carbocation stability. The polar protic nature of the Lucas reagent, concentrated HCl, stabilizes carbocations and SN1 transition states. Higher temperatures accelerate all reactions, but the relative rates for 1 degree, 2 degrees, and 3 degrees alcohols are maintained. Industrially, the Lucas test, though qualitative, can be a quick quality control measure for alcohol purity or an indicator in process monitoring. Its simplicity makes it valuable for rapid identification in specific contexts. Beyond the basic mechanism, we consider competing reactions. While SN1 dominates, E1 elimination can compete, especially for highly hindered tertiary alcohols or at elevated temperatures, forming alkenes. This adds complexity to product analysis. Alternative reagents like Jones reagent for oxidation or the iodoform test offer different selectivity. IR and NMR spectroscopy provide structural identification but lack the rapid, on-the-spot differentiation of the Lucas test. Understanding these alternatives and their specific applications is crucial for a comprehensive grasp of alcohol chemistry. Several factors influence reactivity. Steric hindrance, even for tertiary alcohols, can slow down the reaction by impeding ZnCl2 coordination or nucleophilic attack. Electron-donating groups stabilize carbocations, enhancing reactivity, while electron withdrawing groups destabilize them, reducing reactivity. While qualitative, the principles of the Lucas test can be extended to quantitative kinetic studies. By precisely measuring the rate of turbidity formation, perhaps using instrumentation, we can gain insights into activation energies and reaction mechanisms, moving beyond simple classification to deeper chemical understanding. Now, for the first set of 5 challenging questions designed for the hardest level. These questions demand a deep understanding of reaction mechanisms, rearrangements, and the subtle factors influencing reactivity. Take your time to analyze each problem thoroughly and apply all the advanced concepts we've covered. Here are the remaining 5 questions for the hardest level. These problems will further push your analytical skills, requiring you to think critically about reaction conditions, competing pathways, and the broader implications of the Lucas test. Good luck in applying your competitive depth knowledge. And that brings us to the end of our in-depth exploration of the Lucas test. We've journeyed from fundamental definitions to advanced mechanistic insights and competitive applications. We hope this comprehensive session has significantly enhanced your understanding. For more such detailed educational content and to continue your JEE advanced preparation, visit synapse.omaps.in and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for regular updates and new lessons. Thank you for learning with us.